Where am I? Krakow. Krakow is a city in Poland. What is wrong with it? It has a Holocaust, Jews. Actually, this is what you see behind me. This Stitya, this place, and what you will see in this video. Actually, something very terrible. Look at this railroad. It is connected between the Nimsa and the Czech Republic, and between Poland and Krakow. These 6 were brought by the Jews, and they were bringing them too. Not only the Jews, all the people they imprisoned here from all over Europe, any area that was controlled by the Nazi army he brings them on this rail. Of course, the majority are Jews who were burned. By the majority are Jews. Why do they use this sack? Why don't they take them to another place? Because simply this Saja connects us, which is their stronghold actually. And as you see, this is it. Look from the inside. From the inside it will be something scary. I saw some videos on it. The first thing we will see is that it is all groups. I always advise you not to go to groups, but by mistake I came. I swear to God, I think about money. The ticket came out, the ticket and Quaid and everything is available, even in it, to transfer the story. So I didn't like the situation. I don't know how to limit it to. You let us see. I didn't like the situation of the group. Something superstitious. This video will be a rift, but brother groups in it at all. Currently we are in a place of the corridor. Of this corridor has been reserved more than 1,300,000 Jews. We will go inside and see what... But here their names say the names belong to the Jews who were killed here. Headphones everywhere. The command is armed walls. See what will happen inside now. We will enter the place where the Jews were killed and detained here. You see, it shows you the destruction that happened here. Of course, all those who came here say that the topic is very sad, very scary, very difficult. We are coming from Iraq. We are in the middle of war, so I don't know if this talk will apply to me or not. This door that you will see is the most important door and the most famous door you will see, especially in movies. Make a movie about this Holocaust and this. The picture is very widespread now. We will enter the Holocaust, this door. Of course, the door, as you see it written in Arabic, Arbit Maktfe, work makes freedom. This, I will tell you about it from the foot of this fence, is not a normal fence. By the way, all of it is electrified. If you think about going out and electrifying and get this gate out of here, the prisons will start dormitory. This number 4 shows you how they used to bring Jews from all over the world. The countries controlled by the Nazmen were to place a gun. What is this diaspora? Well, this picture explains how they used to bring everyone from countries that were under Nazi control to one location. This place happens to be the largest camp where over 1,300,000 were massacred. There were 6 million Jews killed in Europe, but it was only here that 1.5 million were killed, along with groups such as the Polish and so forth. These figures were primarily Jews brought from all over the world. The reasoning for the desolation is fairly apparent. This here is the gas conduit that the Jews were forced into. That's the gas conduit of the hat. Over there are the glasses that belong to the prisoners. They collected them and stored them in this cow. Here, take me here. These shoes from the Jews who were killed in this place are honestly tough. Of course, we're carrying bags because they brought them with them. Their bags. Because they're people's bags with what people had at the time. The wall. I told him more than one person had to stop and give his face to the wall. They'd beat them and kill them right there. More than one person was killed this way. Of course, there are several ways to kill them. This is one of the other ways, for example. They suffocate them with gas or burn them. Now we'll see. So there's more than one way. And those who are merciful, they operate on them and reduce their food until they die. More than 90% of those who entered this place came out dead. This fence behind me is all electrified. That means anyone who tries to get out through this fence will be electrocuted. Of course, this whole camp is quiet. I didn't come out for fun because many are committed. I mean, by God, we're committed. This, honestly, I don't understand. We'll look into it later. Of course, these incinerators where you were behind him here let him live. Maybe then we'll dry him up inside and burn him. Of course, they put in the openings that you saw. These openings are a column that produces smoke, a column. They're no different from the smell of bodies. A deadly history. They were never merciful. Empty, empty. History of the Nazis, this Holocaust on the outside. Honestly, the previous topic wasn't simple. A mixed feeling. You come from a challenging place. You get used to death. You see death differently. They would have done it, but it was harsh. It was happening in a very brutal way. We died, but we died by explosion. We died in one way or another, but what was happening here was actually extermination. The perverted people indulged in it. This worship, no, not worship. What they did wasn't normal. I told you. With a gas that burns, tortures, makes you sick, and starves you. All of this was happening on the inside. Now, I simply understand why Nazism is prohibited in Germany in such a way that it prevents any movement associated with it. They have a big dark past. Let us continue, of course. Now, come on. I felt like I was a YouTuber a little while ago. The earphone in my ear was tight. You can't talk, you can't even take pictures. I was, in essence, in a prison. It is a prison, and there are many prisons here. You have this star that was the mongoose. You come empty-handed and you come to take them from here. This is the site, and this such. We will go inside to see more details about what was happening here. They put 70 to 80 people in this wagon, and they don't provide them with water or food. They have to travel for 7 days in it. Imagine 7 days without water, without food in a cart that's overfilled. Although it's designed for 10 people, they cram 80 into it and they die before they even get to their destination. I don't know why they brought them in the first place. If they're going to kill them on their journey and kill them there, what's happening is bizarre.
What I'm seeing is unsettling. I'm hearing something strange, honestly. Of course, they brought them from all over, from the farthest places, and finally they dumped them here. Then, of course, they segregate them and send them to the prison I showed you. I don't think it's clear for you. What is this? We're going to get closer to it, and I'm going to explain to you what this is. But in simple terms, these are the incinerators. The ones used for burning the Jews as soon as they arrived. What happened is they blew it all up before they lost, when they lost the battle. I mean, when they lost the battle in 1944. The Red Army, who are the Soviets, came here in 1944 and liberated this entire place. Before the Nazis left, they detonated all these incinerators in order to cover up the crimes they committed. Of course, they couldn't blow up everything, but they blew up what they wanted seen. This engine incinerator close up, what happened is it was completely destroyed. This incinerator number 2, they burned it first off. This is a holocaust. They were burning nearly 200 people at once, and most of them were children and women. Almost 1 million. Over 1 million people were recorded only through the Holocaust. Over 1 million Jewish people here. They were sleeping 6 people, literally one place on this wooden plank. More than 400 people in this place. In this location, more than 400 people who were sleeping here. It's unfathomable. This heating here, of course, they put this heater for them. Imagine 6, 12 people in this 12 people in this place. I don't know how they died. I mean, it's deadly, deadly. They all say the road leads to Rome. They would say, if I told you to burn, you will die. If you burn, we'll shoot you. If we shoot you, I told you, in the cold or your disease, look out. Let me tell you something. I currently am in a place where genocide took place. Millions were burned, killed, starved, fell sick, and so on, and most of them were Jews. Without seeing the humanitarian disaster that happened, this changed history and actually removed a specific group, the Jews, from the stage where they were killed, burned, and so on, up to present day. Everybody now seems to defend them, especially Germany, because they always say, I feel guilt over what the Nazis and Hitler did to the Jews, so I see what happened before and tell you this, ignoring anything you're currently contemplating. This extermination happened to the Jews. We became a group. History does not forget, like this whole place. They memorized poetry, the gas cannibals, artificial limbs. They collected everything and let them see from generation to generation. If genocide, any extermination will happen, you will not forget. I wanted to say this. It is a very important point for people's emotions. Don't misconstrue this video. This is a historical stage I liked. I saw it in a real way and conveyed it through this camera to you. We're saying goodbye to this place now. The video, I hope you liked the video. We covered everything I could. No photography. I filmed everything for you. I really did. I hope you give us a like to raise this channel. And as we said, it became genocide and extermination against humanity here. And what is happening now, our concern is the extermination of those who exterminated them here. They are exterminating, I can't speak, but they are exterminating them in this reality. And I hope that I was able to cover the whole trip for you. 8 hours, and I spoke a lot. All right. Bye-bye.